Namaskar. In biogeography, there is a necessity to study the world climatic zones. Hence, in this module, we are going to learn about the world climatic zones. Biogeography is an interdisciplinary subject. It deals with the global geographic distribution patterns of plants and animals and their communities. The reasons for typical adaptations made by plant and animal communities are also analyzed in biogeography. The geographic distribution of all life on earth are controlled by the geomorphic conditions, climatic factors and the availability of various natural resources. A biome is a group of plants and animals that live in a place because of the suitability of the local climate for their stay and settlement. Their distribution patterns are strongly correlated with the regional climatic patterns and identified according to the climax vegetation types. Climate is the characteristic condition of the atmosphere near the Earth's surface. It is the long-term weather condition of an area. It includes the general pattern of weather conditions, hot, cold and rainy seasons and extreme weather situations like cyclones, hurricanes, droughts or storms. Precipitation and temperature are the major controlling factors of most of the life. They also control the global distribution of biomes. The climate of a region will determine what type of plants will grow there and what type of animals will inhabit in a particular place. All three components like climate, plants and animals are interwoven to create the fabric of a biome. Hence, in this lesson, the following aspects are going to be studied and understood: factors controlling global climate, use of climographs in classification, Köppen's classification system and the global climate groups. Let us see the first part, the factors controlling global climate. Earth's seasons are marvelous phenomena to appreciate. The Earth rotates about its axis, which is tilted at 23.5 degrees. This inclination and the sun's radiation which falls on the Earth during the course of an year result in the Earth's seasons. Hot and cold seasons, monsoons and other impacts are all due to these seasons and reasons. Temperature and rainfall are the two major parameters which any person can measure with reference to space and time and use them for any climatological analysis. Sun's radiant energy is the driving force for many natural processes on Earth. Photosynthesis, evaporation, transpiration and several biogeochemical processes depend on the role of radiation and heat on the Earth. It is reflected on the variation in the distribution of temperature in the equatorial zone, torrid zones and the frigid zones of the world. The sun's rays hit at the equator at a direct angle between 23 degrees north and 23 degrees south latitudes. The intensity of radiation that reaches the atmosphere and land will always be more at the equatorial zones. The intensity of sun's radiant energy will be less on the Earth's surface when it falls at smaller angles. The closer a place is to the poles, the smaller will be the angle and lesser will be the intensity of sun's radiation. Atmospheric circulation of air, water circulation in the oceans and many other processes are controlled by the effects of radiation on air and on water. Our global climate system is based on the location of these hot and cold air mass regions and the atmospheric circulation created by the trade winds and also the westerlies. Trade winds in the north of the equator blow from the northeast. The trade winds in the south of the equator blow from the southeast. The trade winds of the two hemispheres meet near the equator, causing the air to rise. As the rising air cools, clouds and rains develop and we get more tropical rains. The resulting bands of cloudy and rainy weather near the equator create the tropical conditions. The westerlies blow from the southwest on the northern hemisphere and from the northwest in the southern hemisphere. The westerlies steer storms from the west to east across the middle latitudes. Both westerlies and trade winds blow away from the 30° latitude belt. Over large areas centered at 30° latitude, surface winds are very light. Air slowly descends to replace the air that blows away. Any moisture present in the air gets evaporated due to the intense heat. The tropical deserts such as the Sahara of Africa and the Sonoran of Mexico exist under these types of typical conditions. Ancient Greeks used the simplest climatic classification based on these factors as temperate zones, torrid zones and the frigid zones. It divided the globe into 5 zones on both the hemispheres. This scheme was adopted for several centuries, but there were much variations in each of the old type of 5 zones. Hence, most of the old classifications were considered as unrealistic. Many climatologists have refined this old scheme by dividing them into various new types and subtypes and relied heavily on the natural vegetation for these types of classification. Various methods are available for classifying the world's climatic zones and bioclimatic zones. Most of them are based on field measurements of climatic data and the tools used for classification. One such tool is the use of a climograph. Let us understand the use of climographs in the climatic classification. The most simple and useful tool in the study of world climatic classification is the preparation of a climograph. A climograph is a graphical representation of monthly temperature and precipitation data measured from a specific weather station. It is a linear graph with x and y axis. The x axis has 12 divisions for representing the 12 months. The y axis of the left hand side is used to represent the temperature and the y axis in the right hand side is used to represent the precipitation values. Average monthly temperatures are plotted and connected by a curved line in the upper portion of the diagram. The average monthly precipitation is represented by bars extending upward from the bottom. The climograph can help in identifying the climate of a region using any standard classification methods after that. The Russian-German climatologist Vladimir Koppen in the year 1900s introduced a simple and the most suitable method of classifying the world's climates. He indirectly considered the world patterns of vegetation and soils and framed this classification system. He directly considered the average temperatures and average amounts of precipitation in his scheme. Koppen's classification is widely accepted for all practical utility in geographic analysis and mapping. Let us see the Koppen classification system. Koppen divided the Earth's surface into climatic regions that generally coincided with the world patterns of vegetation and soils. The Koppen climate classification system is the most widely used method for classifying the world's climates today. The Koppen system recognizes 5 major climate types based on the annual and monthly average of temperature and precipitation. He used a special notation scheme for referencing the main climate types and also the subclimates. Alphabetic characters were used by him in his scheme. Each climate type is designated by a capital letter. The main climate types are designated by using capital letters from A through E as shown here. A for moist tropical climates, B for dry climates, C for humid middle latitude climates, D for continental climates and E for cold climates. The first type A refers to the moist tropical climates. These climates are known for their high temperatures all through the year and for their large amounts of rainfall obtained throughout the year. Zones having the average temperature of each month above 18 degrees centigrade belong to this type. The second type B refers to the dry climates. These are characterized by little rain and a huge daily temperature range. Two subgroups were also introduced in this category. One is referred by the capital letter S, denoting the semi-arid or steppe type of climate, and the other one is the capital letter W for denoting the arid or desert climate. Both of these types are used along with while referencing these types of subgroups of climates. Here the average annual precipitation is below 76 centimeters. The third type C refers to the humid middle latitude climates. In this, the difference between land and water areas play a large part. These climates have warm and dry summers and cool and wet winters. The average temperature is from 18 to -3 degrees Celsius in the coldest month and above 10 degrees Celsius in the warmest month. The fourth type D refers to the continental climates. This can be found in the interior regions of large land masses. The total precipitation is not very high and seasonal temperatures vary very widely. In this, 4 to 8 months with average temperatures about 10 degrees Celsius is considered. The fifth type E refers to the cold climates. These climates are part of areas where permanent ice and tundra are always present. Only about 4 months of the year these regions may have temperature above the freezing points. In this type, no month with average temperatures above 10 degrees Celsius is considered for the regions. In this climate classification system, further subgroups are designated by a second set of lowercase letters. They distinguish the specific seasonal characteristics of temperature and precipitation over the regions. The small letter F is used for moist condition with adequate precipitation in all months and no dry season. This letter usually accompanies with A, C and D climates. The small letter M is used for rainforest climate in spite of short dry season in the monsoon type of climatic cycle. This letter only applies to A type of climates. The small letter S is used for a subtype. There is a dry season in the summer of the respective hemispheres. That situation is considered in this subtype. The small letter W is used for another climatic subtype. There is a dry season in the winter of the respective hemisphere with low sun season, and that situation is considered in this type. To further denote the variations in climate, a third notation with letters was also added to the previous codification system. The small letter A is used for denoting hot summers where the warmest month is over 22 degrees Celsius. These can be found in C and D climates. The small letter B is used for denoting warm summer with the warmest month below 22 degrees Celsius. These can be found in C and D types of climates. The small letter C is used for denoting cool short summers with less than 4 months over 10 degrees Celsius, and this can be seen in the C and D types of climates. The small letter D is used for denoting very cold winters with the coldest month below -3 degrees Celsius, and such a situation can be seen only in the D climate zones. The small letter H is used for denoting dry hot with a mean annual temperatures of over 18 degrees Celsius, which can be seen in B type of climatic zones. The small letter K is used for denoting the dry cold winter or dry cold months with a mean annual temperature under 18 degrees Celsius, and such a type can be seen in B climatic zones only. Let us see the global climatic groups. Based on the dominance and special combinations of air mass source regions, Three major climatic groups have been identified based on this. They are: number 1, low latitude climates. This group includes tropical moist climates, wet dry tropical climates and dry tropical climates. The second one is mid latitude climates. This group includes dry mid latitude climates, Mediterranean climates, dry mid latitude climates and moist continental climates. The third one is the high latitude climates. This group includes boreal forest climate and the highland climates. Let us see the climates of group 1. This group deals with the low latitude climates. These climates are controlled by the equatorial and tropical air masses. As mentioned before, this group includes tropical moist climates, wet dry tropical climates and dry tropical climates. The tropical moist climates are dominated by the rainforests. In rainforests, the rainfall is heavy in all months. The total annual rainfall is often more than 250 centimeters. There are seasonal differences in monthly rainfall, but temperatures of 27 degrees Celsius mostly stay in the same places. Humidity is between 77 and 88%. High surface heat and humidity cause cumulus clouds to form early in the afternoons of almost every day. The climate on eastern sides of the continents are influenced by maritime tropical air masses. These air masses flow out from the moist western sides of oceanic high pressure cells and bring lots of summer rainfall. The summers are warmer and very humid. It also rains a lot in the winters. The average temperatures of these climate regions may be about 18 degrees Celsius. The annual precipitation of this climatic type is about 262 centimeters. The latitude range is between 10 degrees south and 25 degrees north. If we look at the global position, this type of climate is spread over the Amazon basin, the Congo basin of the equatorial Africa and the East Indies from Sumatra to New Guinea. The second type is the wet dry tropical climates. It is represented by savanna biomes. A seasonal change occurs between wet tropical air masses and dry tropical air masses. As a result, there is a very wet season and a very dry season. Trade winds dominate during the dry season. It gets a little cooler during this dry season, but will become very hot just before the wet season. The temperature range is 16 degrees Celsius. The annual precipitation of this climatic type is about 25 centimeters. All months may have less than 25 centimeters of rainfall. The latitude range is 15 degrees to 25 degrees north and south. If we look at the global range, this climatic type is spread over the regions like India, Indochina, West Africa, Southern Africa, South America and the north coast of Australia. The dry tropical climate is dominated by the desert biome. These desert climates are found in low latitude deserts approximately between 18 degrees to 28 degrees in both hemispheres. These latitude belts are centered on the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, which lie just north and south of the equator. They coincide with the edge of the equatorial subtropical high pressure belts and the trade winds. Winds are light, which allows for the evaporation of moisture in the intense heat. They generally flow downward so that the area is seldom penetrated by air masses that produce rain. This makes for a very dry heat. The dry arid desert is a true desert climate and covers 12% of the Earth's land surface. The temperature range is 16 degrees Celsius. The annual precipitation of this climate is about 25 centimeters. All months may have less than 25 centimeters of rainfall. The latitude range of this climate is 15 degrees to 25 degrees north and south. The climate group 2 includes the mid latitude climates. The mid latitude climates are further classified into 4 types as dry mid latitude climates 1, Mediterranean climate, dry mid latitude climates 2 and the moist continental climate. Climates in this zone are affected by two different air masses. The tropical air masses are moving towards the poles and the polar air masses are moving towards the equator. These two air masses are in constant conflict. Either air mass may dominate the area, but neither has exclusive control over the climate. The dry mid latitude climate BS is dominated by the steppe plains. These are characterized by grasslands. This is a semi arid climatic type. It can be found between the desert climate BW and more humid climates of the A, C and D groups. If it received less rain, the steppe would be classified as an arid desert. With more rain, it would be classified as a tall grass prairie. This dry climate exists in the interior regions of North American and Eurasian continents. Moist ocean air masses are blocked by the mountain ranges to the west and the south. These mountain ranges also trap the polar air in winter, making winters very cold. Summers are warm and hot. The temperature range may be about 24 degrees Celsius. The annual precipitation of this climate type is less than 10 centimeters in the driest regions to 50 centimeters in the moisture steppes. The latitude range is 35 degrees to 55 degrees north. If we look at the global range, this climatic type is spread over the regions like Western North America, which includes the Great Basin, Columbia Plateau and the Great Plains. The second one is the Eurasian interior from steppes of Eastern Europe to the Gobi Desert and North China. The Mediterranean climate CS is dominated by the chaparral biome. This is a wet winter, dry summer climate. Extremely dry summers are caused by the sinking air of the subtropical highs and mostly last for up to 5 months. Plants have adapted to the extreme difference in rainfall and temperature between winter and summer months. Sclerophyll plants range in formations from forest to woodland and to scrubs. Eucalyptus forests cover most of the chaparral biomes in Australia. Fires occur frequently in the Mediterranean climatic zones. The temperature range is 7 degrees Celsius. The annual precipitation of this climate is about 42 centimeters. If we look at the global position, this type of climate is spread over the central and southern California, coastal zones bordering the Mediterranean Sea, coastal Western Australia and the South Australia, the Chilean coast, Cape Town region of South Africa also. Dry mid latitude climate B small s is dominated by the grassland biome. These dry climates are limited to the interiors of North America and Eurasia. Ocean air masses are blocked by the mountain ranges to the west and south. This allows the polar air masses to dominate in winter months. In the summer, a local continental air mass is dominant. A small amount of rain falls during this season. Annual temperatures range very widely. Summers are warm to hot, but winters are cold. The temperature range is 31 degrees Celsius. The annual precipitation of this climatic type is 81 centimeters. The latitude range is 30 degrees to 55 degrees north and south. If we look at the global position, this type of climate is spread over the Western North America and the Eurasian interior. Next one is the moist continental climate CF, and it is dominated by the deciduous forest biome. This climate is in the polar front zone, which is the battleground of polar and tropical air masses. Seasonal changes between summer and winter are very large. Daily temperatures also change often. Abundant precipitation falls throughout the year. It is increased in the summer season by invading tropical air masses. Cold winters are caused by polar and arctic masses moving south. The temperature range is 31 degrees Celsius. The average annual precipitation of this climatic type is 81 centimeters. The latitude range is 30 degrees to 55 degrees north and south. If we look at the global position, this type of climate is spread over the eastern parts of the United States and the southern Canada, northern China, Korea, Japan, central and eastern Europe. Let us see the climatic group 3. The climatic group 3 includes high latitude climates. This high latitude climate is further subdivided into two subtypes as boreal forest climate and highland climates. The polar and Arctic air masses dominate in these regions. Canada and Siberia are two air mass sources which fall into this group. A southern hemisphere counterpart to these continental centers does not exist. Air masses of Arctic origin meet polar continental air masses along the 60th and 70th parallels. Boreal forest climate DFC is referred as taiga biome. This is a continental climate with long, very cold winters and short, cool summers. This climate is found in the polar air mass regions. Very cold air masses from the Arctic often move in. The temperature range is larger than any other climatic types. Precipitation increases during summer months, although the annual precipitation is still very small. Much of the boreal forest climate is considered humid. However, large areas in the western Canada and Siberia receive very little precipitation and fall into the subhumid or semi-arid climatic types. The temperature range is 41 degrees Celsius. Sometimes the temperature may go up to minus 25 degrees Celsius, and sometimes the temperature may rise up to 16 degrees Celsius. The average annual precipitation of this climate is about 31 centimeters. The latitude range of this climate is 50 degrees to 70 degrees north and south. If we look at the global position, this type of climate is spread over the central and western Alaska, Canada from the Yukon Territory to Labrador, Eurasia from the northern Europe across all of Siberia to the Pacific Ocean. Tundra climate E is dominated by the tundra biome. The tundra climate is found along Arctic coastal areas. Polar and Arctic air masses dominate the tundra climate. The winter season is long and severe. A short mild season exists, but not a true summer season. Moderating ocean winds keep the temperatures from being as severe as interior regions. The temperature range is from minus 22 degrees Celsius to 6 degrees Celsius. The average annual precipitation of this climatic type is about 20 centimeters. The latitude range is from 60 degrees to 75 degrees north. If we look at the global position, this type is spread over the Arctic zone of North America, Hudson Bay region, Greenland coast and northern Siberia bordering the Arctic Ocean. This particular climate is prevailing only around the North Pole. The highland climate H is occupied by the alpine biome. Highland climates are cool to cold found in the mountainous regions and also in the high plateaus. Climates change rapidly on the mountains, becoming colder the higher the altitude gets. Climates change very rapidly on mountainous terrains. They become very cold whenever the height is increased. The climate of a highland area is closely related to the climate of the surrounding biome. The highlands have the same season and wet and dry periods as the biome they are. Mountain climates are very important to the mid-latitude biomes. They work as water storage areas. Snow is kept back until spring and summer, and it is released slowly as water through melting. The temperature range is minus 18 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius. The average annual precipitation of this climate type is 23 centimeters. The latitude range is not restricted since it is found all over the world. So, wherever mountains are there, we can expect these types of alpine tundra climate. If we look at the global position, this type is spread over the Rocky Mountain range in the North America, the Andean mountain range in the South America, the Alps mountain ranges in Europe and the Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, the Himalayan mountains in Tibet and the Mount Fuji in Japan. The world biomes are mainly controlled by the prevailing climates. The climate of a region will determine what kinds of plants will grow and what kinds of animals will inhabit in it. All three components like climate, plants and animals are interwoven to create the fabric of a biome in any region. Hence, biogeographic studies need to use any one of these types of classification systems for mapping the biomes of the world. Let us see some more details in the forthcoming lessons. Thank you.